Come with me as I show you how you can use universal control and share your mouse and keyboard with an iPad or another Mac. Welcome my friends to AppleInsider. It is Andrew here, and after a long waiting period, Apple has released the first betas of iPadOS and macOS that include support for Apple's universal control feature. Universal control was promised late in the fall of 2021, but it never arrived. Now here we are, and we're getting our first taste of this incredible new feature. Universal control is an option that allows you to share your Mac's keyboard and trackpad with an iPad or even a second Mac. That's right, and it is so easy to do. There's not even any setup, so we can pretty much jump right into this thing. I have my MacBook Pro here, which was updated to macOS Monterey 12.3, and my iPad Pro, which was also just updated to iPadOS 15.4. On my MacBook Pro here, there's no setup. There's nothing you have to do right now. All you need to do is take the cursor, which is located right now in the middle of the screen, and I'm going to just move it to the side. And just like that, it moves over to my iPad. And now I have my Mac's cursor on my iPad. I can use the keyboard and the mouse from my Mac right here on my iPad. It's kind of crazy how smooth and easy this works. Over here on my iPad, I'm using my Mac's trackpad. I can use all my multi-touch gestures. I can jump between applications. I can do everything that I could if I was just connecting a mouse or a trackpad to my iPad. And if I use the keyboard, this works as well. I can search for AppleInsider. Anything works, basically just using the keyboard and mouse trackpad from your Mac over on your iPad. And when you're ready to go back to your Mac, you just drag that cursor back to the left side of the screen, and it pops right back over and moves over to my Mac. You can take that cursor, move it right to the edge of the screen, and it just moves over right to the iPad and goes back to the Mac. It is so seamless and easy to use, and they even have the general positions. As I go towards the top of the iPad, it comes towards the top of the Mac, and similarly, if I go towards the bottom, it can come across to the bottom of my Mac as well. Before we get into more of the details on universal control, just 1 minute to thank our sponsor for this video, Setapp. Setapp is on a mission to help users get more done, and there's no more worrying about trying to find the right app to get a certain task accomplished. No joke, Setapp has over 200 apps for both Mac as well as iPhone. There's an app for almost any task. You can search for a specific app or the task that you're trying to do right in the Setapp, and you'll see a bunch of options to help you get that job done. With Setapp, you can think about tasks and not which apps you need to find. It's also an incredible value. I used to buy so many apps for my Mac and my iPhone, but with Setapp, there's over 200 available across both platforms that help me get those jobs done. I can just search for something and boom, there it is. I can pay a one monthly fee to get access to all of these apps as long as I have the subscription. I don't have to go and buy individual apps anymore when I have Setapp. Setapp is also a great value. I cannot tell you how many apps I've bought for my Mac and my iPhone whenever I need to do some one random task. And with Setapp, I can pay $10 a month and have access to over 200 of these apps across both devices. So I can just search for the task I need to do and find an app that'll get the job done. Literally thousands of dollars worth of apps for $10 a month. And new apps come in constantly. I love getting a little notification on the little corner of my screen saying, oh, this app has been added to Setapp, and I can click into it and I can see like a version of the App Store inside of Setapp, and I can see all these pictures and descriptions of what it does, and if I want to use it, I can just download it to my machine and boom, I can start using it just like I bought it, all for that single $10 price. If you want to try Setapp for yourself, and you should, you can head over to setapp.com and sign up now. You get a 1-week free trial of all of these apps. And if you like it, you can continue for only $9.99 a month, $10 a month, over 200 apps across Mac and iPhone. The first time you go to use universal control, you'll see a little icon appear. It's basically kind of a gray bar with a little icon that your cursor is moving over to your iPad's display. But once you do it for the first time, it'll then be seamless, and you can have it automatically connect every time you bring your iPad nearby. While your iPad is connected, you can go in to display settings, and you'll see both displays showing up. Andrew's iPad Pro, as well as Andrew's MacBook Pro built-in displays. You can then go into Display Settings and Advanced to make some modifications, including allowing your cursor and keyboard to move between any Mac or iPad, as well as whether or not you want to be able to push through the edge of the display to connect automatically to a Mac or iPad. And you can turn off Automatically Reconnect or turn that on there at the bottom. Honestly, that's it. There isn't a whole lot to touch on with Universal Control because it works that easily, which is what makes it such a big selling point. It is just effortless to share your keyboard as well as your mouse or trackpad from any Mac to any other Mac or iPad, at least ones that are supported. It is so easy to do that I'm sure a lot of people are going to be excited to get their hands on it. If you want to learn more about Universal Control, I've linked an article down below in the description, and let me know what you think over on Twitter at Andrew_OSU. Thanks again to Setapp for sponsoring this video.